Carl Smith was born Carl Milton Smith on 15 Thang 3 Nam 1927, was an American country music singer. He was one of the genre's most successful male artists during the 1950s, scoring 30 top 10 Billboard hits. Smith's success continued well into the 1970s when he had a charting single every year but one. In 2003, he was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Smith was born in Maynardville, Tennessee, and started to aspire to a musical career after hearing the Grand Ole Opry on the radio. He sold seed to pay for guitar lessons as a teenager. At age 15, he started performing in a band called Kitty Dibble and her Dude Ranch Rangers. By age 17, he had learned to play the string bass. After graduating from high school, he served in the U.S. Navy from 1944 to 1947. He returned to WROL and played string bass for country singers Molly O'Day and Skeets Williamson, and began his singing career. In 1950, Smith was signed to a recording contract with Columbia Records by producer Don Law. In 1951, his song Let's Live a Little was a big hit, reaching number 2 on the Billboard country chart. During 1951, he had 3 other hits, including If the Teardrops Were Pennies and his first number 1 hit, Let Old Mother Nature Have Her Way. The songs made Smith a well-known name in country music. His band, the Toonsmiths, featured steel guitarist Johnny Silbert, who added an element of Western swing. In 1952, Smith married June Carter, daughter of Maybelle Carter of the Carter family. It was the first marriage for both. In 1955, the couple had a daughter, Rebecca Carlene Smith, who later became known as Carlene Carter, a country singer in her own right. The couple recorded the duets, Time's a-Wastin' and Love Oh Crazy Love. During the rest of the 1950s, Smith made regular appearances on Billboard's country charts, racking up many hits, including 30 in the top 10. His biggest hits include Loose Talk, Hey Joe, and You Are the One. He had 5 number 1 hits in his career. Loose Talk was his last, in 1955. In 1956, Smith quit the Grand Ole Opry. Soon after, he joined the Philip Morris Country Music Show and spent more than a year touring the United States, often in direct competition with touring Opry shows. He also made regular appearances on ABC TV's Jubilee USA and was a fill-in host for Red Foley. In 1956, Smith and June Carter divorced. In 1957, he appeared in the movies The Badge of Marshall Brennan and Buffalo Guns, and married country music singer Goldie Hill, best known for the number 1 hit I Let the Stars Get in My Eyes. Goldie retired from the music business. By the late 1950s, Smith's success began to dwindle on the country charts, and soon his string of top 10 hits began to dwindle. By the 1960s, Smith's success as a country singer began to slow. His top 20 hits included Airmail to Heaven in 1962 and Take My Ring Off Your Finger in 1964. His biggest hit of the decade was Deep Water in 1967, which peaked at number 10 and became his first top 10 in 8 years. In the 1960s and 1970s, Smith incorporated more Western swing into much of his recorded material. He remained with Columbia Records for almost 25 years, leaving in 1975 to sign with Hickory Records. By this time, his singles were barely making the charts. Due to his real estate and song publishing investments, he decided to retire from the music business in the late 1970s to concentrate on his second passion, raising cutting horses, but in 1983, he recorded an album for the Gusto label. In his later years, Smith lived on a 500-acre, 2.0 square kilometers, horse farm in Franklin, Tennessee, where he died on January 16, 2010, at the age of 82. His wife Goldie had died 5 years prior. He was survived by 2 sons, Carl Jr. and Larry Dean, and 2 daughters, Carlene and Lori Lynn. Goodbye, Carl Smith. Thank you for watching.